yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
On first down, it's Newton. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early second and long they're facing. Newton and Olsen here with a connection. And mark him down all the way inside the Atlanta 20. A big play there for Carolina. 51 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Ryan. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
Hey, check.
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Push him back. Under 10, 10.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Ryan finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 40.
That's good for our Falcons. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 right at the 40. From the shotgun, Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Let it go.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. It's Williams on the catch. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it. You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
Hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Switch. Check.
They'll run here with Freeman. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Let's get
At the Panthers' 5-yard line.
Got it. Right 25. Check. Double tight. Hey, 4 down.
Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Jeff Hireman, his 1st touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we are tied at 7. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A big play there for the Panthers. 47 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They fake the give. Newton. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Vic Beasley able to record his 5th sack of the season. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dante Hightower, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught by Garcon. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Touchdown, Falcons! Devontae Freeman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Newton now to throw. Gets it to Meredith, complete. Give him 15 there. The Panthers have a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think it'll help set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Newton's pass is on target to Moore. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead. Gano the extra point, and it's now 17-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that first down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
Ryan now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Check 59, Mike.
On third down, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball. Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the 50, Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. And that is incomplete. They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep is Carlos Henderson. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. You're down on the scoreboard, and this is not what you want to see, 99 yards of field in front of you. And it just shows how important a good punter can be and how that person can really help out a team. Guarantee you his agent can be taking that video clip in on the next contract negotiation, don't you think? So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll throw again from their own end zone. And this is going to be incomplete. Jeff Hireman, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
59 mark, check, 59. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these...
Now Ryan back into his end zone. And able to find Garcon. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20.
51, Sam! Smooth!
Ryan will throw again. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
at the 22-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
25, check 25, check 25. Check. Let him go.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He gets this one to Garcon. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ryan now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
This pass finds its way to Williams, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Falcons first down. First and 10 at the 36.
Ryan now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
54. Mike 54. Squeeze, double up.
From the gun, Ryan. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Ryan. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
High 7. I smell fear in that offense.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in.
A 54-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will tie things at 17 all. Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. Newton now to throw. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Cam's going to run the option right. And an alley to run. The 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Ready, ready,
Now a first down throw for Newton. Completes this one to Meredith. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Newton. Forced out, and he will score! Touchdown, Panthers! Cam Newton on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Luke Kuechly, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
59, got him. Back 25. 59. Oh, yeah, get up.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now it's Ryan. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
To throw again on second down. Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him,
a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. He's at the 30, 20, touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. For those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Just like that. Just like that.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And some space here. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Ready? Check. 20.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up second and goal at the 10-yard line.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Now a shotgun handoff to Scarlett. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gano for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Falcons 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's a gain of 7, and it's a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Ryan. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Ryan. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Ryan now perfect since the 2nd half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
On 2nd and 7, Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Another run, this time McCaffrey uses the spin, and he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
2 times. 4 down. Check. Go nowhere, 22, go nowhere.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Okay. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Check 3, check 8.
Now Scarlett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Let's go, you tighten.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Here we go. Check 25.
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
And we got to get to the ball, T. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Again, McCaffrey. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton with his 5th touchdown pass of the game. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano now to add the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Panthers 45, Falcons 17.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Five. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Freeman. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. He's tired of me.
Here's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. K1 short in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Throwing on second and long. Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. A throw on the quick slant, going to be complete. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, first and 10.
20.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And the Falcons grab it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting. Report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So that'll back him up 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, first and 15.
It's just me and you. He's checking, he's 51, Sam!
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Got it, back 25! Check, 59. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Face. Get out.
Now on second and 13. Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eli Apple. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
That's my boy.
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what are you doing when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw is Ryan. Pitch and catch complete to Hireman. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try to.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Falcons grab it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Space to maneuver at the 40. And all the way up to the 46. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Check safety, 51.
On 2nd and 2, Ryan, and finding the tight end Hooper. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. Now Ryan. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Call that a very strong gain of 24. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
Yeah.